Hello, this is Marvelous Action Figures, and I'm Paul. And in a minute, it's going to be from this box, I hope, well, I say in a minute, in a while, a Marvelous Action Figure. Because this is the Flame Toys model kit Shockwave from Transformers, the G1 looking Shockwave version. I think it's actually my favourite Transformer. The look, I was terrified of him as a kid in those first comics when he came down and killed all the Autobots and ripped Optimus Prime's head off. I think it looks fantastic. This is a model kit and I'm quite excited about what it's going to look like. So inside the box, there's a lot of pieces, as you can see here. There's a lot going on inside here and I'm quite excited to get into it. Yeah, I'm also pretty nervous. This is quite a big build. This is going to be a serious bit of kit. I want the figure, but to get to the figure, you've got to get to the pieces, and there are a lot of pieces here. So much stuff inside the box. Taking a look through what we've got. So we have the instruction booklet here, which I'm sure there'll be a lot. Then you've got Shockwave's pipe cable at the back, which powers through to his laser arm. Oh my goodness, lots of pieces, lots and lots of pieces here to break out. It's kind of looking like it's going to be a Lego build, to be honest, without actually looking like a Lego figure. So there's a lot of stuff going on. So these are all going to come out of the box. I'm going to start to unpack some of these. Let's have a good look when they're all laid out. Again, lots and lots and lots and lots of pieces. So I'm quite intrigued to see how they're going to connect up. They look like they're going to clip together, sort of fasten on. So as you can see on some of these here, you've got these little connection pieces. They break off of the actual frame that they're on there. So I'm going to have to go quite careful with that, I think, and make sure that I don't do any actual damage to the pieces. Because also, I've got to keep an eye on what is what as well. So it's quite exciting. There's a lot going on here to have a look at. And in terms of what some of these pieces look like, as you can see, so they're sort of, they're quite Lego-ish. That's the frame of reference I'm going to use for them. But there's a lot here. And as you'll see from the instructions, there's a lot of complicated fiddly pieces. And there's going to be some repetition as well. I mean, even down to looking at here, like on the hands. There look to be a lot of hands here, but you're going to see the thumbs having to be connected on and the fingers to the hands. So there's going to be a lot going on. So I'm going to get cracking onto it. Now, you don't want to see me do that because that's not going to be any fun for anybody. And I don't want to sit here and put a super speed of that video on it because if I get it wrong, it will look ridiculous and I'll get annoyed. I'm going to take my time and work through it. But what I will do is pick out some pieces as we go. And the first thing I'm going to look at is there is a mini Shockwave gun. So if you see here, there's a little version of Shockwave. Now these three bits clip together there. It's very, very simple to do, but it's quite cool. And there is actually a hand for him to hold that in, which I will show later on as well. And then what I have done here now, I've built a lot of these parts so you can start to see how that looks. So you've got the top half of his body there. You've got one of his arms, brilliant Decepticon logo on it. You can see just inside his casing there, you can see some of his circuitry underneath that casing. The head is glorious. Doesn't light up, unfortunately. Obviously, it's a kit build. That would have been great. But there's a lot going on here. I quite enjoyed building this, to be honest. So that is many of the pieces, but what I will do now, I will present Shockwave to you. And here comes Shockwave. There he is. I love it. It looks great. I've managed to make the whole thing. I haven't got any pieces wrong. I've got it all in place and he looks glorious. I mean, he does look like a kit build, obviously, but he does also very much look like an actual action figure as well, like a Marvelous action figure. As you can see on the details I look from it, it's a very simplified sculpt. There isn't the sort of technical detail. These aren't 3.0 level that we're talking. These are more in keeping with a lot of the original toys, actually. Very, very smooth plastic on him. The design is very simple. He looks glorious. He really, really does. Very pleased with now. But what I have done with one of the arms is, so this arm here with his laser cannon, it is slightly loose at the shoulder. Now, if you see on the other arm, there's a great T pose there. It's beautiful to get that ball joint right up there. But this one is a little bit loose. And I think I've just knocked out one of the connectors inside that upper arm, so it just keeps it a little bit loose. A little bit of wax inside that and I'll be able to hold that in place, and that will work fine. But look at this articulation. That double elbow bend is glorious. It really is, and it's relatively robust as well. You can do quite a lot with it. You've got a good ab crunch on him as well, and his backward motion is excellent as well, so that's really, really good. So as he's looking up for those Decepticon seekers flying into his command, good twist on him, and a little bit side to side as well, so it's pretty decent. Now, a super sweet double leg bend at the knee there, which is great, and again, it looks fantastic, and you can get that leg all the way out with that ball jockey. That's a very sort of Lego robot type build as well. You have got hinge and pivot there, and you've got toe articulation at the front. I'm really impressed because I wasn't expecting to get that. So as a figure, it looks sensational. The articulation is really good. I'm so pleased with him. I will give you a little look at him now at just how well he poses up. Let's take a look. Okay, so he poses well. How does he scale? And I'm going to put him with a collection of 3 Zero Transformers here. This is Megatron. This is the comic book edition Megatron. I love this Megatron. They're just a little bit too big. I think just ever so slightly too big. Shockwave stands at 6.25 centimeters. Centimeters? Lie. Inches, 6.25 inches, and it really would have been a bit better if he was pushing a little bit closer to the 6.5, 6.75, because this Megatron is coming in just over 7. But as a look together, they do look really cool together. Very pleased with the way these two shape up. From one enemy to his other enemy, it is Optimus Prime, his arch nemesis. This works a little bit better. The scale on these is actually not too bad at all. Color schemes are beautiful, so I think this works really well, and I will probably have to get him lined up with Prime's head obviously in his hand, as we saw in those OG comics. But this is a really great looking, really colorful set. Really pleased with the way these two have come out. Okay, put him in with one of his lieutenants now. It's the 3 Zero Starscream. Now this is a beast of a figure. This is one of the biggest of the 3 Zeros that I've got so far. Looks quite tall. Actually works relatively well. I think the wingspan sort of doesn't make him look as high and imposing against Shockwave, and so that works quite well. So I think that's a really good matchup. The colour scheme is fantastic on these two as well, so that's a really decent looking set. And let's finish with a 3 Zero Transformer, much more in keeping in scale. It's little old Bumblebee. I do love this figure. That works really well. These two go well together. That's going to be a great matchup and a great set. And again, beautiful colour scheme. Shockwave goes well with anything, you know. So really pleased with the way these match up as well. It's another good looking set. Okay, that is it. I'm going to get out of here now. I really enjoyed building this. I must say, I was quite daunted at the start by it, but I've got to say, I found it quite cathartic, actually, quite therapeutic. It was a lot of fun to build. I've had a good time building it. I think it looks stunning. It's excellent. Could have been slightly higher, than it would pose up brilliantly well with my other Transformers, but I think this is a great figure. Absolutely love it. Hope you love this little look at it. Let me know if you've got this or there's any other ones I should be building. Do like the look of that Soundwave one as well, to be honest, from Flame Toys as well. So yeah, this is a success for me. Shockwave, Flame Toys, beautiful. And that is it. I hope to see you on another video soon. Thanks so much for checking this one out. Do give the rest a like and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.